On April 3, 2022, a phone call was made to the Miami police. The caller was 26-year-old Courtney Clenney, who informed the dispatcher that her boyfriend, 27-year-old Christian Obumseli, was bleeding. The police promptly arrived at the scene, conducted an initial investigation, and although everything seemed clear at first, the case took an unexpected turn during the course of the investigation. Due to the media attention surrounding both individuals, it attracted increased public scrutiny and gained widespread resonance in the press and on social media. Courtney Clenney was born on April 21, 1998, in Austin, Texas. She grew up in an affluent family, attended a private school, practiced dancing, and had an interest in theater. In her teenage years, Courtney became seriously involved in sports, developed an interest in the fitness industry, actively worked on her physique, and advocated for a healthy and active lifestyle, sharing this on her Instagram page, where she gained a significant number of followers. After finishing high school, she continued her education in college, studying to become a fitness trainer. After graduation, she relocated to Los Angeles. She took her online presence seriously, particularly on Instagram, where she registered as Courtney Taylor. Over time, she noticed that her followers were drawn not only to her workouts and nutritional advice, but also to revealing bikini photos. Courtney started her OnlyFans page, where she shared bikini photos, boudoir sessions, and fitness-related content with her followers. In a short period, she became a highly popular online influencer and OnlyFans model, accumulating a following of 2 million people. This attracted various advertisers, and she began successful collaborations promoting their products. Despite Courtney's young age, she had just turned 20 at that time. She had built a solid reputation as a serious businesswoman. She earned high income through advertising and could afford a luxurious lifestyle, renting expensive accommodations in prestigious areas, shopping at fashionable boutiques, and driving expensive cars. She had a wide circle of friends with whom she spent a lot of time at various parties and nightclubs. In November 2020, at one of these parties, friends introduced Courtney to a young man named Christian Obumseli. Christian Obumseli, an African-American, was born on April 26, 1994, in Dallas, Texas. After graduating from high school, he enrolled at Texas Tech University. Upon completion of his studies, he began his career at Jeffton's Healthcare Services, Inc. In January 2009, working as a customer relations manager. In 2018, Christian became the owner of Wiseman Peachtree LLC, but a significant portion of his income came from cryptocurrency trading. His estimated net worth was around $15 million USD. Among close friends, he was known as Toby, described as a kind and caring guy with a charming smile. Christian was also passionate about rugby and had a significant presence on social media. A couple of months after meeting, Christian and Courtney announced on their social media accounts that they were dating and had moved into a new luxurious penthouse at one Paraiso apartment complex in Florida. They traveled extensively together, spent time in expensive restaurants, and indulged in shopping at high-end boutiques. Christian also assisted his girlfriend in managing her business, finding advertisers, and boosting her social media accounts. Overall, the couple left a positive impression on their friends and acquaintances, and from the outside, it seemed like they were a perfect match. Both were in love and happy, as evident from the abundance of posts on their social media pages. Therefore, the news that Christian Obumseli was fatally injured during a dispute with Courtney Clenney shocked everyone, from family and friends to the millions of followers of the young woman. Police arriving at the scene found Christian Obumseli unconscious on the floor with a stab wound to the chest. The apartment was in complete disarray, with scattered clothing, overturned boxes, bloodstains everywhere on the floor and walls, and Courtney in her underwear, also covered in blood. The young man was quickly taken to the hospital, where medical professionals attempted to save his life, but all efforts proved futile, and he passed away without regaining consciousness. Subsequent forensic examination revealed that Christian Obumseli died from blood loss caused by a close-range knife strike to the subclavian artery. Detectives carefully examined the crime scene and began questioning Courtney, noting that, despite the situation, she remained remarkably calm and confident. She narrated to the police a story of Christian's abusive behavior towards her, systematically subjecting her to emotional and psychological humiliation, as well as periodic physical abuse. Courtney also informed the police that they had broken up and their relationship had ended. However, Christian could not accept this fact and continued to stalk her. On the day of the incident, Christian came to Courtney's apartment and initiated an argument, during which he began choking her. In self-defense, she grabbed a knife from the kitchen and struck him, which ultimately proved fatal. Courtney cried and expressed deep regret over the incident. Police, observing her condition, sent her to the hospital for psychological assistance, and she was discharged a few days after the incident. Thus, in the initial stages of investigating the incident, the only version available to the investigators was that of Courtney acting in necessary self-defense against violence from her boyfriend. However, relatives and numerous friends of Christian Obumseli did not believe in this version. They were certain that Courtney Clenney, for the most part, was the instigator of the disputes and conflicts in the relationship. Christian's friends were profoundly shocked by what happened, asserting that he was a very kind, sincere, vibrant, and intelligent person. His energy and enthusiasm were endearing to those around him. Friends also revealed that initially everything was good between Christian and Courtney, but later public arguments and heated disputes became frequent. Courtney, being well known, struggled with the downsides of fame. She succumbed to the star disease, which hindered her from leading a normal life. She became demanding and capricious, spending nights in various entertainment venues where she consumed alcohol uncontrollably and developed a dependence on psychoactive substances. Under the influence of alcohol, she would experience fits of rage and baseless jealousy, during which she would yell at her boyfriend, racially insult him, and attempt to use force, pushing him and striking him in the face. Relatives of the young man persisted in their belief that Christian could not have been violent. As evidence, they provided investigators with audio recordings that Christian had made on his mobile phone shortly before his death. On one recording made during a car ride, Courtney can be heard using explicit language, yelling at Christian, including racial insults, and the sounds of a slap are audible. She then demands the car be stopped, gets out, and starts screaming at passers-by. Christian, in turn, tries to persuade her to calm down and come back, but the girl behaves erratically and takes a long time to calm down. On the second audio recording made in the couple's apartment, a dispute is heard, initiated by Courtney because Christian greeted a female acquaintance during a bike ride. Again, the recording captures a stream of profanities from the girl towards the young man and his unsuccessful attempts to placate her. Given this information and the unprecedented media and social media attention the case received, the police requested surveillance camera footage installed in the residential complex where the young couple lived. The footage revealed scenes of disputes captured in the elevator, compromising the version of Courtney acting in self-defense, as it was clearly visible that she was attacking the young man, grabbing him by the hair, hitting him in the face, screaming and insulting him. Concurrently, information started circulating on social media that the domestic violence incident with Courtney in April, which led to such serious consequences, was not the first. In her biography, there was already a similar case that occurred in July 2021 during a trip to Las Vegas when Courtney was arrested for throwing a glass at Christian Obumseli's head during a dispute in a hotel. Detectives also discovered that residents and security personnel at the complex had repeatedly called the police to the young couple's apartment due to frequent loud arguments and scandals. It became clear to the investigators that their initial version of Courtney acting in self-defense could not withstand the pressure of evidence. Thus, after a 4-month investigation and constant pressure from Christian Obumseli's family in August 2022, Courtney Clenney was charged with second-degree murder. At that time, she was in a rehabilitation center in Hawaii, undergoing treatment for alcohol and substance abuse. In addition to the charges filed against Courtney Clenney, the Obumseli family's lawyer filed a lawsuit against the company providing security services for the residential complex, claiming that they could have prevented the murder. During the proceedings, it was revealed that the guards on duty on the day of the murder had been notified of the ongoing dispute between the girl and the young man, as well as the fight inside the apartment. However, they stood outside their apartment door for 12 minutes and made no attempts to intervene in the argument. Despite being aware of the girl's history of past offenses, her unstable, erratic, and aggressive behavior, the guards remained by the door until Courtney Clenney herself called the police and reported that her boyfriend was bleeding. The investigation also cast doubt on Courtney Clenney's initial statements that she stabbed the young man in self-defense from a distance of 10 feet. This contradicted the forensic expert's conclusion that a knife strike of such force could only occur from close range. Additionally, it was noted that, at the time of the incident, there were no signs on the girl indicating an attempt at strangulation, as documented by the police in the crime scene report and Courtney's interrogation. In turn, the girl's lawyers claim that they have new evidence that Courtney Clenney became a victim of stalking and cruel treatment by Christian Obumseli and acted in self-defense, which they will present in court. The defense argues that the elevator dispute video, which circulated in the media and formed the basis of the charges, was edited and shown incompletely. In the full video, the girl is seen attempting to raise her hands against the young man and prevent him from entering the elevator, as the elevator opens directly into their apartment, and it is the only way to enter. Interestingly, Courtney's mother also confirms her daughter's claims of persecution by the boyfriend, since she allegedly witnessed their turbulent arguments during phone calls with her daughter, where Christian was purportedly the instigator. Courtney's lawyers say that the previously published videos illustrate the toxic relationship between the couple but lack context. The legal team defending the girl stated that she is a victim of domestic violence and evidence. Snapshots without any context could hinder her from getting a fair trial, during which evidence will show that Courtney acted in self-defense. She will face the court for defending herself from a brutal struggle with her ex-boyfriend, which made her fear for her life, said the girl's lawyer. The defense hopes that the public disclosure of the full video will give the community the first opportunity since the beginning of the investigation to hear how the couple interacted and provide additional insight into their complex dynamics, helping to determine who was the victim and who was the aggressor. The case remains unresolved in court, and Courtney is still in custody, not yet extradited to Florida. During the court process, many interesting details of the case are likely to be revealed, and the consideration is influenced by Florida's stand your ground law. This law complicates the filing of charges or the issuance of guilty verdicts when the defendants claim self-defense. The Florida prosecutor's office stated, when the investigation is complete, the state attorney's office will review the evidence presented by the police department and take appropriate legal action in accordance with the law. For those unfamiliar with the Stand Your Ground law, it came into effect on October 1, 2005 in Florida. It allows a person to use deadly force when they reasonably believe it is necessary for their protection from the imminent use of deadly force, serious bodily harm, kidnapping, rape, or, in some jurisdictions, robbery or any other violent crimes. This is the so-called right to self-defense. In turn, the parents, brother, and friends of Christian Obumseli hope for a fair court decision, believing that Courtney Clenney, whom they consider responsible for the death of the young man, will face the appropriate punishment. Friends, please share your opinions on this story in the comments, and don't forget to like this post if you found it interesting. Thanks for watching.